Okay,
If you want to,
cool.
you can. Yeah. But
Sounds good.
This morning when I emailed him, I tried to make him understand that he is probably...
Good morning. Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Thursday, January 26th. Is that what you're going to eat this morning?
Maybe.
Jeannie is I found this on the floor eater person.
That is so not true.
Do you observe the 5-second rule?
Yeah, I do observe the 5-second rule. But so do you. And I'm not like, oh, look, I'm out in New York City and there's food on the ground. Let me eat it. Anyhow, maybe in my house, if I drop something on the ground, I might pick it up and eat it, depending on...
What if you leave something in the store over the weekend?
No, not over the weekend.
Maybe,
well,
depending upon what it is.
No. Overnight, yes. Overnight, definitely. I feel like, knock on wood, like growing up, we left food out all the time. I grew up in a house with different standards of what was
Incredibly
acceptable.
different standards.
Sage was here.
She was right back there.
I didn't know that.
She walked up and saw that the live stream was starting and then
Oh, man.
went to hide.
Yeah, Sage showed up last night. She called and I was like, I think she's coming. And then
Last night at
I called her. She was at her dad's.
Our TV problems ruined my morning.
We have one more episode of White Lotus to go. And you know what's so great about that show? The way they set it up. And
it's coming. You just can't figure out what's going to happen.
You know something bad is going to happen, and you just don't know who it's going to happen to.
Right.
So you're just waiting this whole time.
Because everybody deserves it.
and you start to get a little vested with the characters too. You're like, you don't want something to happen to him or to her, or that one you're like, oh, that'd be okay.
Yeah, that guy should die. Not really, but it's a TV show.
So I wanted to
So I wanted to go to bed at 10 so I could get up and do yoga. And
he was going to go.
We went to bed at 11:30, and then at 5:45 this morning, I was like, it ain't happening.
Were you thinking about
it? My watch alarm went off, and I got up, and I listened for the dogs, because a lot of times, as soon as she hears any activity, if she has to go out, she's up.
She's singing. She's like...
And so I, at 5:45, I woke up, I sat there for a second, and then I slept for an hour. I was like, I'm going to go back to bed, but I'm leaving tonight at 6 and going to the gym.
Staying late. I'm staying late, so I will
There
get
were a
everything
huge
out.
number of orders yesterday. There were additional orders for Pretty and Posh and
Pretty
some
and
stuff
Posh
that
probably won't go out until the very...
Yeah.
No, actually, I probably have most of them will go out this week, and then a couple of them will go out the beginning of next week.
But there were other kit orders, so we pulled kits off again.
Yeah, I did pull the kits down again. There's Sage.
So,
Sage, say hi.
Hi. So anyways, there were a lot of orders yesterday that...
if you don't know Sage and I, we grew up in Connecticut together. And we were in the Magicals together. We sang. Some of you have heard me sing in events, and you know how good I am. And Sage is that good too.
I don't know if that was worth it.
You're like, what are you...
And then Sage moved out to the West Coast, and I did too, and so we see each other. Her dad lives here in Reno. She moved her dad here to Reno, so I get to see her all the time. Pizza, I mean, anything with jalapenos, and You know, they have, there's a place near us called Eclipse, and they have a pizza called the Mustache Ride, and I think that's my favorite pizza right now.
It's like a white pizza with chicken and
It doesn't have like spinach and
stuff.
it's so good.
It's not better than the Downeyville.
The Downeyville is so good too.
That's like jalapenos, peppercini, pepperoni,
Artichoke hearts,
chicken.
But just a good old pepperoni. I'm always down for good old pepperoni.
And we're big fans of Noble Pie, but like our last experience with Noble Pie was not great.
Are you doing a sew along for Pretty and Posh? Okay. We
Patrick.
are gonna do something for Pretty and Posh. I don't know if it's gonna be
can I
a
call
sew
you back
along.
after the live stream?
But we're gonna do something whether we record bags
Cool.
being made.
All right. Thank you.
There will be something done for
Alrighty.
Pretty and Posh.
Thank you. Bye.
To my order. You're welcome, Nadine. I wanted to show you these because I just got these in the mail. They sent them to the retailers a little bit earlier. These are, if you were wondering about the blooming pins, and this is going to go in along with Oh So Delightful. These are the, I'd say they're just like 6 decorative pins. They're super cute. I want to say they're a little pricey. I want to say it's like $12.99. So I have them on the site for 20% off. And the other thing I put up there, and I put it on the promotions page, and I bumped it up to the top, are the tote bags. So if you want to get any of those, the release date I think is going to be right around the same time as all the other Oh So Delightful stuff. I don't have a tote bag, but these should be available. I want to say it's February 15th. These and the tote bags.
So I'm not gonna give you Jeannie's new address until she's actually committed to using it, which hasn't happened yet. So
I can commit to using it right now.
yeah, it's not that simple. So
Okay.
So it's there, it's active, but I just have to get Jeannie to change her behavior, and
Well, I don't understand why you're throwing it all on me. I said I'll do it now.
I know it's not that easy because you still have tons of emails coming through to your other email and stuff like
I
that.
have like a personal, and I check them both.
No, it's actually all the emails are in your new email address. I'm pulling your emails from your other Gmail as well.
Oh, I don't check that other Gmail at all. Nothing.
Your
nothing.
A1So email, Jeannie. So
Yeah.
all of your current emails are also in your new email.
Okay, so
But until you're familiar with that system, I'm not going to commit people to using it.
just
So anyways, we're going to work on it over the weekend.
thank you, Heather.
And no, Lisa, there was no note. So I'm not saying that you didn't attempt to put one in there, but that order went through and it just looked like you had ordered it. And so, yeah, I was on another line, but Michelle was looking at she was talking to you when I was sitting at my desk. So I looked at the order and I was like, there's no note. There's nothing here that designates this as a gift or another address. So not a big deal. Like, I have the other address and we'll get it taken care of. IQ Mastery book is here and we're actively working to fill those orders.
Wait, but I think let me see where you're at, Michelle, because
I think I have 11 more. Unless you filled more of them.
Did you get 11 more yesterday?
No, there was another box that I don't think we've even opened.
Yeah, we did. We went through the whole other box.
Really?
Yeah. So, we're getting another shipment. So we had I want to say we had an order of 25 that just came in, and then we have another shipment of, right? The box
Yeah, I
is
guess
done.
you went through the box.
Yeah, we went through the entire box. So, Michelle, I feel like I should have yours. So, but we're working on that. So we're working on that. We're continuing to work on that. Strange.
you know, somebody, who were we talking to? Oh, it was Sage. Like, we were
Sage
talking
made
about
this hat.
out of her prior rabbit. So the,
Sage has a new rabbit. She's got, and I said,
and it's called Honey Bunny.
Well, I asked what the bunny's name was, and she goes, Honey. And I was like, oh, that's such a cute name for a rabbit. And she goes, well, it's Honey Bunny.
So
was so funny.
yeah, she thought it was so funny. That was the first thing she told me about your trip. She got home. She's like, Sage has a new rabbit named Honey Bunny.
I think that's so cute
like-
that it's Honey Bunny.
So, you know, we were just talking about, like, you know, some of the challenges that we've experienced in managing inventory, because, like, quite frankly, we don't know what's popular and what's not popular. Sometimes we buy a bunch of stuff and then none of it sells.
Yeah,
Sometimes we
yeah.
buy like
You know
20
what?
of things and 100 people buy them. So
I
we're doing
thought-
our best to keep up.
I really thought that sewing socks were going to be so popular. I was like, oh my God. I'm not going to be able to keep these in stock. And you know what I've learned? Not many people want sewing socks. I love my sewing socks. I have sewing socks. I like
Sage told
fun
us a
socks.
story about how Jeannie left a single sock like behind a chair at her house.
And it says crafty B word. Right?
It says you crafty B word.
Yeah, and I actually have 2 pairs of those. So,
Both given as gifts by friends. So they obviously think she's one
I
crafty
love
bee.
fun socks. So when we did our scavenger hunt, one of the things we put on there was striped socks. And I was like, all the ladies are going to have striped socks. Nobody had striped socks. Nobody. I even accepted a stripe on the top of the sock because nobody had striped socks. Oh, Patrick's wearing stripe. You know what else was on the scavenger hunt? And I was so shocked that nobody had it? Turkey baster. How do you baste?
How do you not have a turkey baster?
And
in
you
your
know,
house?
somebody was telling me, they're like, I don't cook.
Or people bag their turkeys now.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
They fry their turkeys. Or you could buy it 3 months or 6 months.
So, Katie, if it's showing you as sold out for the Pretty and Posh fabric kit, then I don't have any more. But I'm gonna put all the kits together, and
We may be adjusting our kit
yeah,
prices.
I'm putting
Yeah.
all the kits together, and then I'll let you know. I'm gonna put a note here because I have a special notebook of to do. I was really worried because my list was like, the whole page was covered. So this morning I went through it and I crossed everything off, and I was like, that's all I have left. So Katie, I'll put you on the list and see if I have another Pretty and Posh kit for you. And, you know, we'll do something with Pretty and Posh. Let's shoot for doing something in February, so nobody will miss out. And I was just on, because Kimberbrell's fabric comes from Maywood, and which comes from E.E. Shank. It's Maywood is the house brand for E.E. Shank. And I just was on their site, and it's showing all this stuff that's popping back up in stock. So I'm hoping that all kits will be ready. So I just put you on my list, Katie.
So, I hope today to kind of figure out, we're going to see Alex today. And I hope today to get a much better plan as far as how things are going to work over the next couple of weeks. But as of right now, I'm a week out. I wouldn't necessarily plan on staying there, given I'll probably be a man down semi-frequently for the next couple of weeks. So, just a note for those of you that do want service, I would get it in sooner than later.
I don't think we have anything too exciting to...
exciting thing to talk about is the before and after that we're going to do with Jeannie's room.
Yes. Okay, we're doing it.
So
Is this your...
we've talked a lot about the unique furniture, and I've talked a lot about how... Did you unplug my phone?
Yeah. look-
you're obviously more important than me.
You're at 42%. I'm at 0.
So one of the things that, and it's funny because it's like things that you don't realize, you don't know until you know, right? And it's so, Jeannie's got a beautiful Koala cabinet that I think is probably going to go to Rolo's house. Rolo, if you're watching, we'll reach out as soon as we get her replacement furniture. But, so, we do not. And it's not up to us to show it. So once they give us something and say that we can show it, we will. But that's not. That's
I'm sure
entirely
she's
up to the
beautiful.
parties involved. So the thing I like most about the Unique furniture is the configurability. And so, like, Unique sells big tables. They sell 72 and 78 inch tables. I have not brought them into the store because what I like is the fact that it's a 48 inch table and a 33 inch table. I love the fact that they have under cabinet storage. And so, you know, I really truly believe that Jeannie's room is going to be transformed because we're going from one massive table. I mean, her table's 73 inches wide and 48 inches deep with the leaf to there will be 4 cabinets.
What am I going to do
In
for my
there.
PQ 1500 that's on the little side thing?
I think you're taking home a smaller serger cabinet.
I want white.
They don't make it in white, so you're going to
But how
use
about
oak.
for me?
No, it's going to be,
But for me.
if you want to paint it, you can paint it. But
You know, I don't think this whole reorganization was approved by me.
Sage is the organizer.
yeah,
Okay, and
you know, at least now you will have a place to put everything. Because Jeannie's room is going to go from
it's bad right
4
now.
drawers, and the drawers are like 8 inches deep, to 15 drawers less than 6 inches deep, meaning you're not going to lose stuff in those drawers. So she's not getting a whole new room. She's getting a whole new setup. And the amazing thing is what we should do is have you come
I'll
up.
come and, yeah.
And
I'll
when
home
we
edit
do
it.
this, we are doing a before and after. So we are going to show the room before. Jeannie's like, oh my God, I got to show them my room.
You know what? I always look at it like somebody who drinks too much and hides their bottles. And
Oh my
I go,
God, this is an awful analogy.
But I go, if I show you, then I don't have a problem. If I hide it, I feel like I have a problem.
Jeannie goes, why do you say that? And I'm like, well, then if I say it, then I'm accountable because then I have to do it. So
I do that too.
We're
Like I'm
accountable now.
accountable for we're gonna cut kits for the serger class. So for those who watch the
you can
replay-
actually, you should be able to see the chat.
really?
Like,
Are you sure?
so are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Like if you go to our YouTube channel and you look at prior, so normally what it does is in the top right hand corner you can choose, and it's funny because your algorithm, how you set it up is how it'll show it to you, but you can choose to watch real-time chat, so it shows you the chat real time as we're doing the live stream. So if you can't see that, I'll check our settings, but I think our settings are set up to allow you to see the chat real time. And then, yeah, so Carolyn is saying you definitely can. And then you can choose top chat, which is we don't go in and like your comments, so we're not showing top chat, or real-time chat. And real-time chat will show the chat scroll as it does, you know, when we're doing the live stream. P.S. by the way, viewership is up significantly with us committing to YouTube, and we haven't had a single problem on YouTube. I know Debbie earlier was like, sound is gone, now it's back. Our system shows us when there's a problem. Our bit rates are higher. we haven't dropped a single frame. Like, it is significantly better
Oh my!
now that we are on
Let's answer
YouTube
some of these
alone.
questions.
So, long story short, Jeannie will be doing, and this is probably 4 to 6 weeks out, but we're gonna be doing
White
a
lacquer.
before and after Jeannie's sewing room, and we may do some video even of the process of like sorting and. But like,
Can
I've
we
been
do one of
looking.
those cool videos where it's like time lapsed?
I can set up a GoPro and do a time lapse, no problem.
And then, because I always think those are kind of fun.
So we will do a video around this, but this is literally, I was really excited about this yesterday because Jeannie's like been really
I've been
hesitant
dragging
to
my
commit.
feet.
And I'm at a point now where I just go into her sewing room and it makes me depressed. And so I'm like,
it is like so when we moved in,
she got significantly greater space.
So when we moved in, it was 2019, and I had space. I had like empty cabinet space. I had drawers that still had room in them, but you know, where it's almost, it'll be 4 years, 4th of July weekend. That's when we moved in. And every day, imagine like working in a store with sewing stuff where you can just take it and go home. So every day, a little bit goes home.
I made a mistake about 6 years ago, just being like, we own the store, Jeannie. You can take home what you want. You really weren't taking stuff home for a long time.
I don't know about that. Anyhow, so yeah, he didn't have to give me permission.
You will see the unique table for the 10 needle in Jeannie's sewing room, and
yes,
it's awesome.
Alice. So I came into the store, and then Patrick goes, "You have to bring in your table. I sold it." This is what he does to me. But that being said, he gives me something like as nice, if not nicer.
You got something better.
I love my table for my 10 needle. It has I love the storage, and then it has leaves. It has a leaf that folds out so I can like organize on the side.
It's very usable storage.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. So I really, really love that. I have to figure out a hook situation. That's the only thing.
I mean, we can do command hooks on the side, no problem.
I think
I can drill hooks in. I could even put up slat wall where you could just slot your own hooks. Like it's hardwood, so I could drill slat wall right to it.
Okay, so we'll have to figure that out before we like
you
show
know the
everything
little
off.
system that I have in the
Yes.
in the
So it's
yeah.
but it's absolutely fantastic, and I love it, and I have a place for my extension table. They have that on the other one too, but it's fantastic. And I feel like every sewing
she
room
is a
needs a
craft
10 needle.
hoarder. Yes, she is a craft hoarder. So, you know,
Oh, come on.
the beautiful
I
thing.
only know one person who isn't. Marg, you. That's the only person I know who isn't a craft
and who
hoarder.
is who's the gal? We have one other gal that's like, I will not do something until I've used the stuff that I purchased for the last project.
God.
And
How can you do that?
I know.
So-
Sage is pretty good about it. Sage
Sage
not
is
a craft
pretty good.
hoarder either.
So the beautiful thing is this will be like real time showing you how well this is really set up for you. And literally from the day we really got this furniture, and there's a really funny story that I'll tell you at some point about how our relationship with unique sewing furniture began.
I don't know
but,
if you can tell that story.
Well, we'll tell it at the end. And so the funny thing is, like, from the very beginning, like when I started delivering this stuff and seeing how it was set up in people's rooms and seeing what was happening in people's rooms, because some of our initial deliveries were trading for some of these Koala cabinets.
You said that?
Yes, she said
You're
that.
the one who called me a craft hoarder?
So the beautiful thing about it is its configurability, is the practicality. And it's funny because I feel like they're just totally set up for people that understand and know how to do it. Like Pat is the kind of guy where I go, well, what about this? And he goes, that doesn't work. And he was the first person that was like, it doesn't work. in the way that that company sets it up, because the drawers are too deep. You lose stuff in those drawers. And Jeannie talks about that in her cabinets all the time, that it's almost too deep. There's too much stuff in the drawer to find it. You're not going to dig through it. So they don't make a deeper than 6-inch drawer. I mean, they will if you want it, but they won't do it because they're like, you're just going to lose the stuff that's in that drawer. And so you should have seen the dividers that I got for Miss Ross. Like, I got her the divider setup, and their divider setup is on these pins and is totally configurable. So you put it in, and then you can set up the dividers any way that you want. Like, it's totally configurable. You can add to it. You can do it.
Terry,
So
I'm
in
looking
any case, this is really exciting. 4 to 6 weeks from now, you're going to see a massive transformation in Jeannie's room. And I can't wait to show it.
You know what I'm hoping? You know that song by Air Supply, Making Love Out of Nothing at All? I'm hoping that the unique furniture will make space out of nothing at all. That it'll create space where there is no more space to be created. What do you think? The other thing that would help is maybe if I could like throw out a scrap of fabric. That would help. That would really help. Okay, somebody had asked about, did you see that message from Miss Sullivan in Montana asking about, I think we can ship. I think everything so unique. I think right now, and I don't want to claim this without knowing for sure, but Pat told me a number of weeks ago, I believe we're their number one dealer. There may be one dealer that's bigger than we are right now. Pat basically told me he will ship anywhere, and my shipping rates have gone down. So, you know, a lot of times, like the deals you get here based upon the fact that when they ship us furniture, it's often like 11 or 12 cabinets. And so they're palleting 4 or 5 cabinets on each pallet. And we get great deals that way. But if you're out of town, you're generally only spending $300 or $400 more than you spend here. And normally that's still like the quoting that I've done for the thread cabinet has still been at least $700 less than MSRP. So, so yes, if you see this and it's something that you really want and you're out of town, we can make this happen for you. I know, Katie, you're saying you're jealous of my sewing room. I do have a pretty spectacular sewing room right now. Might not be as spectacular as some people, Miss Gail. But for years, my sewing room was one wall in the guest room, and what I sewed on was, you know, the IKEA cubby.
It was like
shelf.
a cubby.
I had that turned
cubby.
on its side, and like my machine went there. And then if I needed a new machine, I had to go in the hall and get the machine and bring it in. And I would cut fabric in the hallway on the floor, and then I'd go across to the bathroom, and that's where I would iron.
Alice, it's all assembled.
And then because Patrick worked out, he worked from home, and we had a second room. And then when Patrick, when he stopped, he was a recruiter.
I was like, I'll share the office with you, and like 4 months later, she's like, I need all of it, and we're gutting it, and we're putting in radiant heat. And
it was cold out there. And so I finally had a sewing room. And even then, Patrick said to me, I called like Closets by Design and California Closets and maybe a local place and had them bid out like shelves and like a work area. And then Patrick said to me, he goes, and we owned the store at the time. He goes, why don't you buy sewing furniture made for what you're doing? And I just I didn't even think about that as a possibility, because I'd always like bought cheap stuff from like IKEA, and I still have IKEA stuff, but I'd never bought nice sewing machine, like sewing furniture. So Craigslist, like garage sales, like that's like where I got my stuff. So it made a huge difference. Like, And just that I didn't even think, like, hey, I could go out and get a Koala cabinet. So, when I finally got the
She's okay.
furniture,
You can
it was
ignore
so
Sage.
nice having the right furniture for the right job. And if you can, treat yourself. It makes a difference the older I get, the ergonomics of having a good chair, being at the right height, being able to put my machine down into the table. Just having stuff set up, it really, really matters.
Well, and it'll matter more and more the older you get. The we ain't getting any younger. So when Pat actually is going to deliver this next round of furniture, and I have 2 appointments, and I'll have to confirm those, but I have 2 people that have very limited space that Pat is actually going to go do custom build outs for. So he's going to go in and measure, and then he's going to do a bid to actually do almost built in. But Pat was like, when we do built ins, we do wall anchors. We don't actually mount to the wall, meaning if you do need to move it, it can be easily disassembled. You can pull it off. But, folks that are like, I've just got 1 bedroom and I need 1 wall, or I've got 1 corner. And so Pat's going to be doing some of this custom work. And that's actually how Unique got started was, they were doing these big, $100,000 she sheds. Some of the pictures,
That's what I want, Patrick. Work harder. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and quite frankly, if knowing what we knew now, I would have talked to Pat in 2019 and been like, can you just go in and do...
Oh no, I love my setup. And my setup right now, I have that Koala table, which we're going to change out to the Unique. And then I have my cabinets are IKEA, but they're the nice, they have an office line. That's kind of 1 step up. And that's what I have. I'll show you, you'll see my entire sewing room. I'm just going to pull back. What do they call it? Pull back the curtains.
Yep.
We're going to pull back the curtains and we're going to lift up the skirt and you're going to see everything.
Wow. We're lifting the skirt, ladies. So,
I wanted to show them this too.
So, I have a deal, and I can't advertise the deal, but if you were interested in one, you can call me. I have a deal on the Koala chairs, which are great. That's
which is what we sit in and we have in the store.
And so they're very long lasting too. Like when we used to do lots of in-person stuff, these chairs have been there since then, and they've been ridden hard and put away wet, and they're still in good shape. So they're great chairs. They're normally $399.99, and I can sell them. I'll do them at $260 shipped, which is a crazy deal because they're probably $50 for us to ship. But if that's something that you're interested in, I have several colors available. If you're here locally, I can do them for $249.
How do they roll on carpet well? I don't know if there's any chairs that really roll on carpet
well. No, they roll on carpet. They roll on carpet well.
How thick your carpet is.
You have to be careful with these chairs, and this is what I've seen all the time with them, but they've now made them so that the casters are replaceable. You can pop them off and put new casters on. Thread kills these things. We've had chairs where so much thread has gotten wrapped around the caster that the wheels stop turning. But now they make the chair, like the new chair and almost all the chairs here, I can actually get those casters off and put a new caster on.
Marlene wants one. We'll put it with your other stuff. Let me show you.
So Marlene, if you're going to pick up your thread cabinet and that's a question, then let's just arrange to do both at the same time because your thread cabinet has been ordered. So yeah.
Oh my God, Cora, we had such a funny conversation yesterday, didn't we? Okay, somebody had asked about the serger project that I'm going to be doing, and my hope is to, and I showed it to you because I was like, okay, now I got to get it done. It's like that New Year's resolution, which I always break, but I'm going to work really hard to get this one done because it's time. We need a serger project. So the serger project that we're going to be doing.
And I just bought a bunch of sergers.
Is this bag. Yeah, if you don't have a serger, Patrick just got a whole bunch. We can make you a great deal. This is specifically for sergers. And The fabric that we're going to be using is Anila Hoey. I don't know.
Ania?
What?
Annie Hoey?
Anila.
Anila.
Yes. And I don't.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes. And I'm doing 2 colorways. So one of the colorways is going to be, and it's from her Make Time line, which is sewing themed, and it's so cute. Aren't those adorable? With the little pins and the tiny gingham and the large. Michelle's going to hate this because she doesn't like gingham, but I love gingham. It's going to be so cute together. And then the other colorway, there's going to be a zipper. I haven't decided which zipper is going to look cutest
I need to get
yet,
to work.
so I just pulled that out.
I need to get to work, but somebody asked about complementary fabric for the
I did
panels.
see that. I don't have anything, but Kathy, it is really, really, really easy to match. I just grabbed something for my stash, and actually I was using like smaller pieces, so I did like 3 different fabrics for that. I did post the supply list too. So this is the other colorway we're going to be doing. So the blues, so I got blue and I got that like peachy color. So it's going to be this. Oh my God. Who doesn't love pins? Look how cute those are. Let me see. And then finally, like the tiny little gingham. So there's going to be two fabrics, 2 colorways that you're going to be able to select from. I think Suzanne's going to be here, so I'm going to have her cut some fabric today, and we're going to start putting those kits together. I don't even have the sample to show you. It's not on the website. I don't even have the class up, but that's just a little sneak peek into one of the fun serger projects we're going to do. And I'm going to do another project. I have this, and I have like a little bag, and we'll probably just do the same collection, just be using that up. I have something else coming. I forget. We have another fabric collection that's going to be coming soon. And, we're going to be doing that Hoffman. We have a Hoffman competition that's going to be coming up as well with the store. Do we sell the smaller thread chest? We do have a small under the table chest. I don't know if it's considered a small chest. I'm sure we can get you a smaller chest. And like one... and so as far as buying machines from A1, there are some machines. I think at this point, as of January 1st, they made... Patrick, is this true? I don't want to give them the wrong information. I'm not positive of this, so we won't do this for sure. But I think the sergers, we can send all sergers. So I think that's what Patrick told me last night, that sergers were going to be able to ship all of those. So let me confirm that. And there are machines within the collections that we can ship. We can't ship them all. We can't ship a Luminaire and a Solaris, but there's lots of machines within the collections that we can ship. And we do our support classes via Zoom, so you're only a Zoom call away. So if there's something that you're interested in, reach out, because maybe we can offer you a great price, and we can offer you the support that maybe you're not getting wherever you are that you're living. And then if you can support your local dealer, that's always wonderful too. Doors, just want to make sure that I'm answering everything. Kim, wouldn't that be fun if you could make a friend in New York, because you're there too? We have like people that I've met through these kind of chats. And I think that's it. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and we're going to get started with the day. I'm going to fill some orders. Yesterday I didn't get through on my email, so if you sent me an email yesterday and you didn't hear back, I'm going to be working on getting back to you today. And have a great day, be creative, and make something incredible, and we will see you tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday?
Yay.
Oh my God, how did that happen? Tomorrow's giveaway day. So we'll have a great question. Patrick and I will come up with something super fun. And